Let's talk tech. Tinder's new facial verification, self-driving technology, and OpenAI launching a browser. We've got all those stories and more. ABC News tech reporter Mike Dobuski is here to break down these latest tech announcements. Mike, thanks for joining us. I want to start with Tinder. This face verification, they say, is meant to eliminate scammers. So does that mean there's no more catfishing? And also, what does that mean for our data and maybe even our safety using facial recognition and facial verification?
Yeah, so Tinder certainly hopes that it's the end of catfishing and scams on their platform. That's something that they've seen an increase in their platform recently. This week they launched this new feature called Face Match, where basically you, the user, you take a short selfie video of yourself, and then Tinder takes that data and cross-references it with the photos in your profile. And the effect of that is twofold. One, you can prove that you are a real person, right? That you exist in physical space. And then also that you look like your photos, which is another problem that many Tinder users and many dating app users have complained about, that you end up, going out to dinner and the person looks, different than their profile, or different than how they made out to be. The flip side to this is that there are some security concerns. You are giving over some of your biometric data to the match group. Tinder does say that they delete these videos shortly after they're used, but they do keep on hand an encryption of your basic face map, so that if you upload any new photos or if there's any impersonation scams that come up, they can use that data for those purposes.
And switching gears now, pun intended.
That's all you did there.
You
that
like
was good.
Huh? All right, so you had a chance to look at some new self-driving technology from General Motors. What'd you see?
Yeah, so this week in New York City, GM held an announcement where Mary Barra got up and announced that in the next 3 years, they're going to introduce a car that lets you take your eyes off the road while it's in motion, while it's driving. And they already have a system like this called Super Cruise that basically uses a tiny camera that's on the steering column. It monitors your face so that you're looking at the road, but you can take your hands off the wheel. And it's supposed to take some of the stress out of driving, especially in like stop and go traffic. It's supposed to do most of those tasks. But this is a pretty big step forward. In fact, I talked to Senior Vice President at General Motors, Barris Centenoc, who told me he sees the car transitioning from a place where you actually do a physical thing into something that's more akin to like a living room. He sees people like watching movies or sports games in their cars, or more of like an office sort of setup. But there are some speed bumps before that reality comes to be.
I see what you did there. Also, OpenAI is making news this week because they are launching a web browser that could compete with Google and Chrome.
Yeah, this is a pretty big deal, at least from OpenAI's perspective. Their latest product is a web browser. It's called Atlas, and it is basically right a shot across the bow for Google. They operate Google Chrome. They are also an artificial intelligence company that is a pretty big thorn in the side of OpenAI. So OpenAI says that, we're going to hit Google on their home turf. We're going to launch a browser integrated with ChatGPT. So whatever you're reading, there will be a little sidebar to help you out with understanding the article, understanding photos that you come across. But of course, we have to say this every time we mention generative artificial intelligence. It makes stuff up, it hallucinates, it gets things wrong. It's always best to double check what an AI tells you.
It seems like it's getting things wrong a lot lately. At least that's been my experience. All right, Mike Dobuski, thank you so much for being on with us.